Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. I am so excited to dive into today's topic because honestly, we are looking at something that is actively, completely reshaping our world right now. We're unpacking what's called the autonomous revolution. Specifically, we're going to see how artificial intelligence and rapid, large scale manufacturing, things like 3D printing, are just fundamentally altering the entire landscape of modern conflict. We'll look at how traditional, slow military procurement is basically colliding head on with cheap, mass produced autonomous drone swarms. So let's jump right in. It is the Terminator-style dystopia that we were warned was coming. Now, that's not a line pitched in some Hollywood movie script. That is a direct, sobering observation from actual defense analysts looking at today's battlefields. We're witnessing this intense cat and mouse game, and it is driving a ridiculously rapid technological leap. Stuff that was purely sci-fi even a few years ago, yeah, it's a present reality today. We literally have robots and AI-powered machines battling it out both way up in the sky and deep below the ocean surface. Section 1. The Deep Sea Threat and Autonomous Sentinels. Let's actually start way below the surface, far away from the noisy, chaotic front lines, and look at these incredibly stealthy, slow-moving operations deep underwater.
There's this fascinating concept called nautomate. Think of it as basically an electronic brain in a box. This is state-of-the-art AI developed by BAE Systems for their autonomous submarine, which they call the Hearn. And listen, this isn't just a big remote control toy. It's designed to operate completely on its own. It uses this open network of sensors to build a real-time, real-world map of its surroundings. That means the sub can navigate, gather intelligence, and even make deployment decisions without a human ever pulling the strings. It just decides the best route to take and the safest way to beam intel back to command, all by itself.
And here is the number that completely changes the game: 45. Instead of relying on conventional batteries, these autonomous subs run on a hydrogen and oxygen fuel cell system. Because hydrogen packs way more energy density, these vessels can just lurk underwater totally undetected for 45 days. When you stack these capabilities up side by side against older tech, the tactical advantage is just wild. A typical battery-powered sub might give you around 2,500 kilometers of range. But this hydrogen-fueled AI Sentinel, it boasts a 5,000-kilometer range. And the really crucial point here is the human factor. In the past, you'd have human crews navigating dangerous, uncharted waters just to intercept a radio signal, putting lives at massive risk. Now, you get massive endurance times with literally zero human crew at risk. You can even use these relatively inexpensive vessels as decoys. So why does this matter to you and me? Well, these autonomous sentinels actually have a super vital mission: protecting critical undersea infrastructure. You might not realize it, but 99% of all international telecommunications, the internet, your texts, travel through cables resting on the ocean floor. Whether it's an accident from a fishing boat or intentional sabotage, like what happened with the Nord Stream pipelines back in 2022, monitoring the deep sea is absolutely crucial. And autonomous platforms can cover a much wider surveillance area than traditional navies ever could. Okay, Section 2. AI dogfights in the air. Machine chasing machine. The ocean is just one domain, right? Let's totally shift gears, move away from the slow, dark ocean depths, and look at the incredibly fast, chaotic battles happening right over our heads. Up in the skies, we're seeing the explosive rise of FPV, or first-person view, drones. Human operators throw on these headsets and fly the drones using a live camera feed. Honestly, it looks and feels remarkably like playing a highly sophisticated video game, but the stakes are incredibly real. Operators use these super agile drones to physically hunt down and smash into evasive enemy drones in real time. We literally have machines chasing machines, just ducking and weaving through the air at top speed. But here is where the technology gets downright scary. To counter human pilots, Russian developers have introduced a fully autonomous attack phase for their drones. Picture a drone screaming into a combat zone at 150 kilometers an hour. Normally, defenders would try to jam the radio frequency to sever the connection and drop the drone, right? Well, with this new tech, the human operator just steps back during the final kilometer. The AI takes the wheel entirely. Using infrared and sensory data, the drone zeroes in and strikes the target completely on its own. Since there's no radio signal connecting it to a pilot in that final stretch, it is basically immune to traditional radio jamming. There's literally no signal to cut. Moving on to Section 3, 3D printing and Army, industrial scale warfare. Let's look at how militaries are actually keeping up with the insane demand for these smart weapons, because AI and 3D printing are completely revolutionizing modern production levels. Just 1,000 days. That's the duration of conflict it took to completely supercharge the defense manufacturing sector. Extreme pressure is incredible fuel for innovation, kind of like how the Second World War gave us radar and jet engines. Fast forward to today, and just 1,000 days of conflict have sparked this massive, unprecedented boom in autonomous, high-tech manufacturing. To put that into perspective for a second, over 800 new defense companies have launched in Ukraine alone since 2022. Necessity really is the mother of invention here. We are not just talking about a couple of engineers tinkering away in a garage. We're witnessing the birth of an entirely new industrial complex, completely centered around AI and rapid manufacturing. And the money pouring into this? Staggering. A massive $1.5 billion is being invested into upgrading these defense systems. And what exactly is that buying? It's funding entire, massive factory floors where the physical components for these drones are being 3D printed. Think about that. Not too long ago, 3D printing was a fun novelty for making little plastic trinkets. Now, it's being used on a massive industrial scale to literally print an army of drones. This is the real heart of the autonomous revolution, having the physical ability to rapidly pump out hardware at a scale that actually matches the lightning-fast speed of AI software. Which brings us to a really fascinating framework military planners use. They contrast the war versus a war. For decades, global defense procurement was all about the war, protecting against near-peer nations using conventional, wildly expensive, and super slow-to-build assets like giant ships, tanks, and fighter jets. But a war, the messy reality actually being fought right now, relies heavily on asymmetrical tactics. I mean, why spend millions on a conventional tank when your adversary can take it out with a cheap, 3D-printed, AI-guided drone swarm? The entire balance of global military power is violently shifting toward whoever can mass-produce cheap autonomy the fastest. Section 4, Surviving the Swarm. Layered Defenses. All of this leaves us with one incredibly urgent question. If an adversary can just 3D print an army of autonomous drones and send them over your airspace, how on earth do you survive it? Well, you survive it through what's called a layered defense protocol. It basically takes 3 vital steps to neutralize an AI swarm. Step 1 is detection. You need ultra-sensitive radars, systems like the British Orcus or the Swedish Giraffe, that can spot really light, slow, low-profile targets. Step 2 is interruption. You hit it with radio frequency jamming to sever the connection between the drone and the pilot. But remember what we just talked about. If the drone is fully autonomous in its final stretch, jamming does absolutely nothing. So that requires step 3, kinetic attack. This is where militaries are busting out cutting-edge tech like compact laser weapon systems to literally burn the drone out of the sky with a high-energy laser, or using targeted electromagnetic pulses to just fry the drone's circuitry in a fraction of a second. But here is where the story takes a crazy turn. Data gathered by the Kyiv School of Economics reveals a massive twist in all of this. They retrieved 174 total components from downed drones, models like the Shahed, Lancet, and Orlan. Out of those 174 components, 69 of them actually originated from foreign countries, predominantly from the United States. So even though they are 3D printing the plastic bodies locally, the complex microchips, the raw hardware that actually processes the AI, are largely crossing international borders to get there. And that highlights a pretty glaring reality about global supply chains in modern warfare. Despite this incredible local boom in 3D printing and coding, the silicon brains powering these machines are imported. So I want to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought. If this critical hardware is seamlessly crossing borders, completely bypassing heavy global sanctions, who is really controlling the autonomous revolution? It's a question that completely redefines not just how wars are fought, but how deeply connected our entire world really is. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I hope this helped you map out the fascinating, complex reality of AI and modern warfare. See you next time.